the man unveiled his late wife's cover and saw the body of his beloved. He slapped the woman a few times in anger, and the woman's friend quickly took out the forged evidence of death to try to persuade the man to remain calm, but did not expect that the man immediately sent his wife's body to the incinerator. It turned out that he had already realized that his wife faked her death with anesthesia. In the future, the woman planned to fake her death so that the man would have to bear a huge debt to lead a life of freedom with his lover, but this time the man was determined to send her to the crematorium. It turns out that in the future, his wife died suddenly, leaving behind a debt of millions of dollars to the man. In order to pay off the debt, the man sold everything. He also broke his leg because of the debt collection. For 3 years he has been living a displaced life and can only rely on collecting bottles to survive. However, one day he accidentally saw his wife, who had been dead for 3 years, in a luxury car. He was very angry, but when confronted with his questioning, his shameless wife laughed at him for being a fool, and the lover next to him praised the man for paying off their millions of dollars of debt. After realizing the truth of everything, the man wanted to take action but was kicked to the ground. The lover then took his wife to the car, and the man could only curse from behind the car. However, unexpectedly, the lover didn't let go of the man. He chose to reverse back and crashed the man directly into the car and flew him a few hundred meters. The man died after giving out the most vicious curses before he was killed. Who knew that the man was back to the 3 years ago when he opened his eyes again? A glance at the phone time is exactly the day of his wife's fake death. Not surprisingly, his wife's friend called. At this time, his wife was in the hospital for their plan to be pleased. Soon after the man arrived at the hospital, he pretended to be shocked, staring at his wife's remains. This superb acting so that his friend thought he had already believed in the truth in front of him. Who knew that the man began to his wife's remains, angrily slapped the slap, while the slap, and also screamed in sadness. See, he was very emotional. The friend was worried that he would really hurt the woman, so she rushed to take out the death certificate to discourage the man. Just as the man pretended to be sad, the friend handed him a glass of water. The man knew in his heart that it was because of this glass of water in the future that he had fallen into a coma and allowed the woman to escape. This time, he would never give them any more chances. So the man directly called the organ donation center to donate the whole body of his wife's organs. The doctors soon arrived at the scene, but when they were ready for the operation, something unexpected happened. When they were about to perform the operation, an accident happened. It turned out to be the woman's mother who barged in and stopped the doctor. And when she saw the man, she even slapped him. But the man wasn't angry. 3 years of experience had turned him into a demon. In order to get back at him, he already had a better way to do it. He humbled himself to comfort the woman's mother and handed her a glass of water containing sleeping pills. The water is quickly consumed by the woman, who has just run up to her, and even her friends can't stop her. Soon the woman's mother falls unconscious. The friend had no choice but to take her to the emergency room as a precautionary measure. Before leaving, the friend warned the man that he was not allowed to donate the woman's organs. The man quickly agreed, but as soon as the friend left, the man called the incineration plant. The woman was quickly taken to the incineration plant's machine. On the other hand, the woman's lover was on his way to the incineration plant to pick her up as planned. But the man had already arrived at the incineration plant and started the preparation program. The woman's body was slowly fed into the incinerator. Just as the man was about to activate the switch, the woman's mother arrived. A friend of the woman's had seen her being loaded into the car through the window, so she hurriedly pulled the woman's mother, who had just come to her senses, to the incinerator. The woman's mother quickly pulled the man away to block the button, and then the woman's lover arrived. To celebrate their release from the millions of dollars in debt, he lit fireworks to celebrate, but this frightened the woman's mother, which led her to push the incineration button herself. The flames began to burn,